Hello and a very warm welcome to each one of you. And today we are diving into day number 5. Yes, we are on day number 5 of 7 days to shape your life. Today's topic is Be Impeccable, your code of conduct. Before we start reading this chapter, let me share with you what all we have read so far. We have read and I hope you are doing the challenge. So, on day 1, we were talking about and we had a challenge to deal with emotional destiny. We understood that master your emotions and you will master your life. On day 2, we talked about physical destiny. Your body is your temple, your energy defines your experiences. So, be very mindful of whatever you put into that temple. Day number 3 was about relationship destiny, and the quality of your life equals the quality of your relationships. Day number 4 was about financial destiny, where abundance flows to those who create value with awareness and service. Now we are on day number 5, which is wherein we are going to talk about impeccability. Impeccability का मतलब होता है to live in alignment. Let your inner truth guide your outer world. All right. So let me very quickly start sharing the screen so that we can read together. As yesterday, we will be reading all of it together in one go. And thereafter, I will be taking the takeaways. I will be talking about the takeaways. Okay. All right, we are on chapter number 23. Be impeccable, your code of conduct. The outcome is going to be, is it possible to have great values, to have all your rules aligned to support them, to be asking yourself the right questions, and not to be living your values in the moment? If you are being honest with yourself, you know the answer is yes. All of us, at one time or another, have let events control us. Instead of controlling our states or our decisions as to what those events mean, we need a clear-cut way to ensure that we consistently live the values to which we have committed ourselves, and a way of measuring whether or not we are actually achieving the value on a daily basis. That is the outcome, okay? The young man had achieved enormous success by the time he was 27 years old. He was very bright, well-read, and he felt like he had the world by the tail. But one day he realized something. He wasn't very happy. Many people disliked him because they perceived him as a haughty and overbearing. He felt that he was no longer in command of his life's direction, much less his ultimate destiny. He decided that he would take control of his life by setting a high standard for himself, developing a strategy to achieve that higher standards, and creating a system so that he could measure his results daily. He began by selecting 12 virtues, 12 states that he wanted to experience every day, that he felt would take his life in the direction he wanted. Then he took out his journal and wrote down all the 12 states, and next to this list, he created a grid of all the days of the month. Every time I violate any one of these virtues, he said, I'll put a small black dot next to that value for that day. My goal is to have no black dots on my chart. Then I will know I'm truly living these virtues. He was so proud of this idea that he showed his journal and explained his system to a friend. His friend said, Great, only I think you should add humility to the list of virtues. And Benjamin Franklin laughed and added the 13th virtue to his list. I remember reading this story from Ben Franklin's autobiography in a beat up hotel room in Milwaukee. I was on an intense schedule, facing the prospect of doing several radio and television talk shows, a book signing, and a free guest event. The night before meeting all these obligations, I decided, okay, you are here, so make the best of it. At least you can feed your mind. I had very recently come up with the idea of values and their hierarchies. And I had created what I thought was a great list of values for myself, one that I felt good about living. But as I reflected upon the Ben's list of virtues, I told myself, yes, you have love as a value. You have love as a value, but are you being loving right now? Contribution is one of the top values, but are you contributing in this moment? And the answer was no. I had great values, but I was not measuring whether or not I was truly living them on a moment to movement basis. I knew I was the loving person, but as I looked back, I saw a lot of moments when I was not being loving. I sat down and asked myself, what states would I be in if I were my highest and best? What states will I commit to being every single day, no matter what? Regardless of the environment, regardless of whatever challenges break loose around me, I will be these states at least once every day. The states to which I committed myself include being friendly, happy, loving, outgoing, playful, powerful, generous, outrageous, passionate, and fun. Some of these states were the same as my values, and some of them were not. But I knew that if I truly lived each of these states every day, I would be living my values continually. As you can imagine, it was a pretty exciting process. The next day, as I appeared on the radio and TV talk shows, I deliberately put myself into these states. I was happy, loving, powerful, funny, and I felt that what I said and did made a contribution, not only to my hosts, but to the people who were listening and watching. Then I went down to the local shopping mall for my book signing. When I got there, the manager approached me with a distressed expression and said, there's a slight problem, Mr. Robbins. The announcement that you are going to be here signing book is coming out in tomorrow's paper. Now, if this had happened before I had read about Ben Franklin's list, I might have reacted in a rather unique way. But with my new list in mind, I thought, I'm committed to living in these states no matter what. What a great test to see if I'm truly living my personal code every day. So I walked over to the book signing table and looked around. Nobody was there. Only a few people were strolling through the mall. How could I create excitement where none seemed to exist? The first thing that popped into my mind was outrageousness. After all, one of the states on my list was to be outrageous. So I picked up a copy of my book, Unlimited Power, and started reading and making all kind of interesting noises. Ooh, ah, wow, is that true? Soon a woman walked by, was attracted by my enthusiasm for what clearly had to be a brilliant book, and stopped to see what I was reading. I raved to her about this incredible book and pointed out all the best stories and techniques. Someone else stopped to see what all the hub was about. Then a few other folks joined us. And within around 20 minutes, about 25 or 30 people were crowding around me to hear about the great book I had found. Finally, I said, and you know the best thing of all? I happen to be a good friend of the author. The first woman's eye lit up. Really? I held up the book jacket with my picture on the back and said, "Looks familiar?" She gasped and laughed. And so did all the other people. I sat down and started signing books. That afternoon turned out to be a terrific success, and all of us had fun. Instead of letting events control my actions and perceptions, I had consciously chosen to live by what I now call my code of conduct. I also had the tremendous sense of satisfaction of knowing that by living in these states, by being who I truly am, I am meeting my values in the moment. Go put your creed into your deed. Ben Franklin and I aren't the only people who have codes of conduct. What do you think the Ten Commandments are all about? Or the Boy Scouts Oath? Or the American Servicemen's Code of Conduct? How about the Optimists Club Creed? One way to create your own code is to review codes of the conduct that already exist. Optimist Club Creed promise yourself to be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. To talk health, happiness, prosperity to every person you meet. To make all your friends feel that there is something of value in them. To look at the sunny side of everything and make your optimism come true. To think only the best, to work only for the best and expect the best. To be just as enthusiastic about the success of others as you are about your own. To forget the mistakes of the past and press on to the great achievements of the future. To wear a cheerful countenance at all times and give every living creature you meet a smile. To give so much time to the improvement of yourself that you have no time to criticize others. To be too large for worry, too noble for anger, too strong for fear, and too happy to permit presence of trouble. When John Wooden, the great UCLA basket coach, graduated from the grade school at the age 12, his father gave him 7 points creed. John says this creed has been one of the most powerful influences on his entire life and career. It's a creed he still lives by every single day. So, what were the 7 points? Making the most of oneself. Number one, be true to yourself. Number two, make each day your masterpiece. Number three, help others. Four, drink deeply with good books, from good books. Five, make friends, shape a fine art. Number six, build a shelter against a rainy day. And number seven, pray for guidance and give thanks for your blessings every day. You can preach a better sermon with your life than with your lips. Today's assignment. All right, before we go on to today's assignment, what is the gist? What is the learning from this space? First of all, let's understand what is impeccable. What does it mean to be impeccable? To be impeccable means to live without sin against yourself. Your words, your thoughts, your actions must support, not sabotage your higher self. I want to ask you, have you ever said something or done something that felt out of alignment with whom you truly are? Hmm. Understand that ये जो gap है ना, impeccability will fill that. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching you, especially when you are the only one watching. And that defines who you really are. When you promise yourself in the morning routine, but keep breaking it, your confidence loses. This is what exactly we were talking about in yesterday night session. Whatever you say, it should become a law for you. Your word is your law. When you honor your words, even in small things, your self-trust expands exponentially. Words, on that note, we must understand that the words have power. Your words create your world. Every statement you speak, whether aloud or in your mind, builds or breaks your self-image. Speak only what you wish to experience, not what you fear. This is very, very, very deep and very powerful. सिर्फ वही बोलो जो आप actually experience करना चाहते हो. Because everything that you're saying is an affirmation. It is going to come true. फिर हमारे को ये समझ में आया, integrity in action. Being impeccable means your actions reflect your values. आपकी क्या क्या values है? We have read it in the past chapters कि values को कैसे आप ढूंढोगे? What are the values that you live by? And do your actions reflect your values? It is not perfection. It is consistency in alignment. अगर आपकी लाइफ आज रिकॉर्ड हो रही होती टू योर फ्यूचर सेल्फ, वुड यू बी प्राउड ऑफ व्हाट यू सी? इज माय क्वेश्चन टू यू. आपको मजा आ जाता क्या आप जैसे भी आज जी रहे हो उसको देख के? Impeccability is not about being perfect, it is about being honest with yourself. Even when you are angry or hurt, choosing to respond with respect instead of reaction is impeccability in practice. First of all, you have to jot down, just like Tony Robbins has shared, how Ben Franklin had done, how the other people that we have referred to right now have done. Write your codes of conduct. Write your non-negotiables. And हो सकता है उसमें कुछ एक चीजें ना हो. And if you find somebody else's code of conduct and you find it interesting, pick it from there and start aligning yourself to it. Add that value in your life. When your words, thoughts, and actions align, your energy rises. You stop living in guilt and confusion. You begin to feel clear. You begin to feel the peace. You begin to see growth in your life. You need to understand that when you live in integrity, you stop seeking validations because peace becomes your reward. मुझे ये बताओ, in the chat box right now, are your thoughts supporting you? Do your words match your inner truth? Are your actions reflecting your values? जब ये तीनों चीजें align हो जाएंगी ना, then you will see everything shifts. You become the most authentic person, most integrity wala person. Your thoughts, your words, and your actions come into the perfect harmony. अगर इस चीज के एग्जाम्पल के बारे सोचे जाए ना, तो देर आर अ फ्यू एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ दिस एज वेल. व्हेन यू से कि just a minute. So, for example, if you want to say कि you want to stop saying yes, है ना? So, to set your boundaries. So, yeah, in yesterday's session, no, day before yesterday at night, I was talking to someone in the book reading club itself, and she said that she wants to set boundaries. And the thought that was, I want to stop saying yes to everything. And what she was saying was that, yes, I will manage. Okay? Stop saying yes to everything. Actions jo the na, that was not coming through. Because when you overcommit, you feel exhausted and resentful. अगर ये everything ना आया होता, I will choose to stop saying yes to a few things today, then it would have been easier for her to, you know, use that kind of a thing. बहुत अच्छा वेट लॉस, क्योंकि बहुत ज्यादा मैं वेट बॉडी 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 के बारे में बात कर रही हूँ. सो इफ आई से दैट आई नीड टू लूज वेट, आई हैव अ थॉट कि आई एम टायर्ड ऑफ फीलिंग अनफिट, and if I keep on saying I'll start taking care of myself from tomorrow, है ना, जिसकी वजह से मेरा एक्शन होगा कि आई विल कीप ऑन पोस्टपोनिंग माय वर्कआउट्स एंड ईटिंग कॉन्शियसली, है ना. तो इज इट एन अलाइंड एक्शन? अगर मैं अलाइंड होंगी तो माय थॉट वुड बी, माय बॉडी डिजर्व्स लव एंड केयर एवरी सिंगल डे एंड आई वांट टू बी दैट. देन जब मैं ऐसा सोचूंगी तो मेरे मुंह से निकलेगा कि आई चूज टू मूव माय बॉडी जॉयफुली टुडे. And when I say it and I honor my words, I will do whatever it takes, even if I have to go for a 20-minute walk, a 5-minute stretching, or make one nourishing meal, maybe, to serve my body, will happen. Whatever we think, उसी के हिसाब से हम बोलते हैं, और जो बोलते हैं उसी के हिसाब से हम एक्शंस लेते हैं. And I want you to understand that confidence increases and self-trust strengthens when your thoughts, words, and actions start matching, start aligning, start coming into harmony. And also when you honor what you say. Just like I said a few minutes back, make your words your law. Whatever I say, I do, or else I never say it. I do not say it. Okay. On that note, let's go forward and let's read what is the challenge for today. आज का challenge क्या दिया है Tony Robbins में? I am super excited about that. All right, today's assignment. Make a list of states you are committed to experience every day in order to live in accordance with your highest principles and values. Make sure the list is long enough to give your life the richness and variety you deserve, yet short enough that you can truly be in these states every day. Most people find that anywhere from 7 to 10 is optimal. What states would you like to be on a consistent basis? Happy, dynamic, friendly, connected, cheerful, grateful, passionate, balanced, adventurous, amusing, outrageous, generous, elegant. What? Some of these states might be the same as some of your moving towards values, and some of them might be things that you feel will lead you towards living your values every day. Number 2, after you have compiled your list, write a sentence next to each one describing how will you know you are doing it. In other words, your rules for these states. For example, I'm being cheerful when I smile at people. I'm being outrageous when I do something totally unexpected and fun. I am being grateful when I remember all the good things I have in my life. Right? All right, then number 3, what you need to do next? Make the commitment to yourself to genuinely experience each of these states at least once a day. You might want to write your code of conduct on a piece of paper and put it in your wallet or on your desk at work or by your bed. Every now and then during the course of the day, take a look at your list and ask yourself, which of these states have I already experienced today? Which of them haven't I had yet? And how am I going to accomplish it by the end of the day? If you truly commit to your code of conduct, imagine how incredible you will feel. You will no longer be controlled by events. You will know that no matter what happens around you, you can maintain your sense of yourself and live up to the vision you have created. There is a tremendous pride that comes with holding yourself to a higher standard and knowing that each day you alone will determine how you feel and that you will conduct yourself only at the highest level. Wayne Dyer recently shared a great metaphor with me relating to how people blame the way they behave on the pressure they are feeling. He said, pressure does not create negative behavior. Think of yourself as an orange. If an orange is squeezed, if all this pressure is being applied from the outside, what happens? Juice comes out, right? But the only thing that comes out when the pressure is applied is what's already inside the orange. Wow. I believe that you decide what's on the inside by holding yourself to a higher standard. So when the pressure is on, what's going to come out is the good stuff. After all, you cannot always count on easy sailing. It's up to you to live by your code of conduct and commit yourself to the principle of can I in order to keep a true bearing on your course. Remember, it's who you are every day, the small actions as well as the most grandiose. The building that build your character and form your identity. One of the most important actions you can take is to learn to master your time and your life. That is day 6. That will be reading Monday and Tuesday, Saturday and Sundays off, right? So let me tell you, today in the morning only, I was in a session by Pooja Puneet and she was sharing with us something around the same. Her son has gifted her a very beautiful journal that says one person journal. That is a one person journal, wherein the aim of it is that I have to improve only 1% every single day. That brings to 37% per year. बहुत improvement हो जाएगी. So just imagine the kind of improvement that can happen if you just keep on improving inch by inch by inch, but with consistency and with that commitment that I am going to do that. All right. On that note, I hope the action steps are clear to you. If not, feel free to reach out to me and connect with me through WhatsApp and ask me whatever questions you have. Until Monday, have a great weekend. God bless you all. Enjoy and see you on Monday with day number 6. So you have got a good amount of time to reflect on it and start living by this thing, right? Impeccably. And through the highest version of yourself and creating your identity is the biggest shift that you can bring in your life. All right. On that note, take care. Bye bye once again, and lots of love.